today. Our theme this year is Rooted in Love. And I've been thinking about roots a lot as we go through this, preparing for this campaign. And I'd like you to think of stewardship as a 365 kind of mission, not just every fall we come up and ask you to pledge. No, it's every single day of our lives. As we count our blessings, we remember who gave those blessings, and we do not give our money, we give back what was given to us. A root is the unseen, hidden part of a plant, and through dissolving nutrients in water, it feeds the plant, allowing the plant to grow and develop leaves, which become a nutrient factory through photosynthesis. But none of that would happen without healthy roots. Rooted in love means that we draw on the love shed from God to grow. And how do you know the health of a plant? By the fruit that it bears. So let us all pull on that love through deeply planted roots and bear fruit to give back to God. I'd like to introduce our speaker for today. On behalf of Stewardship, we've asked Randy Smith to talk about what he loves about grace, why he supports grace, and the mission of this church. Randy?
Good morning. Thank you, Margaret. So my name is Randy Smith, and I'm a relatively new member of this church. I love this church, and I'll tell you why here in a few minutes. My wife and I joined about 3 years ago and couldn't be more happier, more blessed with the support that we've had and some of the committees that we have joined and the things that we have done together. I'm totally blessed to be here today. Thank your lucky stars. I only have 2 minutes because I could ramble on forever, so I'll try to get right to it. This church is important to me for a lot of different reasons. Like most of us, I'm a work in progress. My life wasn't filled with a lot of religious upbringing. Okay? And one of the things that I've listened to and heard from some of the other folks that have come up here and said why they love the church was one of the history, the long history that a lot of you folks have here. I mean, we're going back years. And then I hope moving forward that I will be able to have many years of worship here and being part of this church. One of the things that you may not know is that I was recently asked to chair the property committee, and I want to put a shout out to Fred Bates, who both of us were co-chairs. Fred asked me if I would do that, and I absolutely said yes. I just want to thank Fred. Fred is going to be staying on the property committee meeting, but moving forward, if you have anything that you would like to have done regarding the property committee, please give me a call. Thank you, Fred. When we came to this church, I knew that I was missing something. I've always tried to be a good person, but I have begun to realize that just being a good person wasn't going to get me where we ultimately need to be. Now, God has blessed my life. I know that, because when I look back at some of the predicaments and some of the boneheaded decisions that I made in my life, He got me through those. And I know now that Jesus is going to save my life. What I need to do and what I've been able to do since we've been here in this church is join some Bible studies. Margaret has conducted one of the studies that my wife and I have both gone to, It was fantastic, and I thank her very much for that. You couldn't ask for a better person to lead a study like that. And I'm glad to see in the bulletin that those are going to be starting up again. So getting back to why I love this church. The first thing that I noticed is how close all of you are, how you treat one another. And then that spreads out to what this church does in the community. COVID came along and it really screwed up everybody's lives, and it really kind of got in the way of what this church is so good at doing for the community. One of the things that I got involved in early on was the welcome table dinner that we were able to have once a month. So working with folks like Sarah Pulser, Tracy and Jim Marsh, and a whole host of you. It was really great to be able to be part of that and provide a dinner once a month for sometimes over 100 people. And that's the kind of thing that this church does, and I'm so happy to be part of. I thank you. I thank this church. I thank all the people that I have had the opportunity to meet and talk to. One of the other things that we've started to do is we've had the meetings, the individual meetings, the CTE, I believe it's called. Yeah. Sorry? CET, excuse me. I was part of that. Went to Esther and Dan Sweat's beautiful home, and we were able to explain some of the things that have got us to where we are in life. And I was amazed at some of the very personal reasons that came out. And for people to trust us with some of their testimonials was really awesome. And again, I think that just goes to show you the power of how close and how great God works. For me, I'll just finish with this, is that it's important for me to learn the Gospels. I mean, I have known about Jesus. The very first song I ever learned in my life was Jesus Loves Me. I was about 5 years old. I was going to kindergarten in Denver, Colorado. And I was able to go to a Sunday school with a friend. I don't even know what denomination it was, but through my life, I've known that Jesus is there and Jesus is the way to be saved. But it wasn't really until later in life that I fully understood what that really means. And I hope you can help me get there. And I think together we can continue to do wonderful things for the community. And I'm very happy to be part of this church. Thank you.